Take a deep breath, 49ers faithful. Today brings 4 jolts that shake confidence, roster makeup, and the immediate future, plus a behind-the-scenes twist nobody saw coming. There's an unexpected evaluation at a sensitive spot, an offensive connection blooming at the perfect moment, context that explains why we're still on top, and a test that might become fuel for something bigger. I'll guide you through the facts and what they mean for January, but here's the challenge. Are we ready to hit the next level without losing our identity? You won't believe what we've got today. So sit down, drop a like, and let's dive straight in. You know that quiet alarm the front office sounds when it starts combing through every inch of the roster? That's what happened in Santa Clara. Between internal reports and low-key conversations, the 49ers opened a window into something most people ignore until it becomes a headline: depth in the secondary and immediate impact on special teams. The evaluation was technical, cold, focused on true field speed, controlled aggression, and the ability to learn the defensive language fast. And there was a component that the player in question is Shiloh, a safety who wrapped up his college career at Colorado and went undrafted. He signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as a UDFA, drew positive early summer reviews from Todd Bowles, then watched the curve dip at the worst time. He was ejected from the preseason finale for throwing a punch and was released days later with no practice squad spot. Since then, rumors have flown everywhere, but there hadn't been an official workout until. Technically, Shiloh comes from a solid base without star status. He's got 4.5 in the 40, an instinctive feel in the short zone, and a finisher's mentality at the tackle point. The problem? The NFL bar is higher, and an indisciplined episode sticks to the resume, especially when the last name draws instant attention. Teams rarely gamble on fringe players who might become distractions. So why does the evaluation make sense for San Francisco? Because the team has to keep its margin with, from a strategic standpoint, it's a low-risk move with asymmetric upside. If they like what they see, he could slide onto the practice squad, learn Nick Sorensen's terminology, and compete for specific snaps without disrupting the hierarchy. If he doesn't deliver, life goes on and nothing changes. Fans, as always, are split. Some fear an unnecessary circus, others see a chance to find value where no one looked. In the locker room, the message is blunt: professional posture first, talent John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan don't romanticize evaluations. They collect data, compare cultural fit, and only then decide. Today, reality is simple. There was a workout, there is no contract. But the very fact the tryout happened puts Shiloh's name on an emergency list that can be triggered at any moment by performance or by need. And that wasn't even the most surprising part of the day. There are moments when the injury tide tries to drown a season and someone unexpected shows up to keep the boat afloat. That's what we've seen with Mac Jones taking the reins after Purdy went down. What looked temporary turned into 2-0 with a backup who showed personality, poise on third down, and above all, a promising connection with rookie Ricky Pearsall. That bond, built during quiet OTA reps and reinforced in training camp work, erupted against Arizona with numbers that jump off the screen: 8 catches, 117 yards, and a 4th down grab that was worth more than a touchdown. Jones even joked after the game, "I don't know how he caught that, but it was incredible." And the honesty made it clear this isn't just tactical chemistry, it's quarterback to receiver trust, the kind that rarely forms this fast. For the fan base, it's jet fuel for hope. Even with Purdy in the training room, the offense didn't lose its identity, gained some dynamism, and proved Pearsall can be the safety valve in critical moments. Notice what we're saying: not just any rookie, but a guy Jones admitted he's liked since college. Admiration became perfect timing, sharp breaks, and the feeling we're watching the birth of a duo that could define the season. Now imagine Purdy returning and inheriting that ready-made chemistry. It widens the offensive menu, stresses defenses already preoccupied with CMC and Debo, and hands Shanahan a trump card few play callers have: real depth among the weapons. It also opens a discussion. If Jones keeps stacking wins, the staff might slow-roll Purdy's return, letting him heal without a rush. The locker room feels that energy. Players are already saying Pearsall has become a trust target, a label you don't earn lightly in the NFL. And the fan base is buzzing, flooding the timeline with clips of the connection and even drawing Brady-Edelman comparisons from New England days. A stretch? Maybe. But that stretch shows how hungry fans are to believe something special is forming in Santa Clara. The strategic wrinkle is the schedule won't do any favors. Jacksonville is up next with a defense that pressures and confuses. If Jones and Pearsall repeat what we just saw, they'll prove it wasn't a one-off. And then the question becomes, did we witness a spark or the start of a partnership that can change the season's destiny? Because honestly, if this chemistry becomes routine, the 49ers will have a great problem. 2 quarterbacks capable of winning games. And that's not even the most unbelievable thing on deck today. If someone had told you a month ago that the 49ers would be 3-0 despite an injury storm, few would have bet on it. Yet here we are. 3 tight wins, each decided by 1 score, already half of last year's total, and perched atop the NFC West. That's not luck, it's resilience forged in blood and sweat. And Robert Saleh's return to Santa Clara injected exactly that: defensive discipline, surgical adjustments, and the confidence to win gritty, decisive games. Without Nick Bosa for the rest of the year, the responsibility spikes. But look closely. Rookies who arrived without much fanfare are contributing. A patched-up secondary hasn't crumbled, and the defense, even without constant fireworks, is holding opponents to 16.3 points per game, the league's third-best mark. Those are contender numbers, not a duct-tape team. Christian McCaffrey summed it up. We're not satisfied, but we're still finding ways to win. That says it all. They know the standard must rise, but they refuse to hide behind excuses. These sweat-soaked games echo 2019 and 2023, seasons that started fast and ended on Super Bowl Sunday. Coincidence? Maybe, but too many coincidences become a pattern. The difference from the past is simple. Back then, we let some of these slip. Now, even with flaws, we're closing the door. That shifts morale inside and perception outside, as opponents start to see the 49ers as the team that just won't die, clinging to the score until the last snap. The fans feel it. With each narrow win, the debate explodes. Are we playing poorly or learning how to win ugly? Truth is, both can be true. Winning ugly is an art in the NFL because it signals maturity. In the end, 17, 16, or 35 and doesn't matter. A win is a win, and the standings only care who survived. Here's the provocation that lingers. If we're showing this backbone without Bosa, imagine what happens when the pieces return and the machine fully meshes. Confidence rises because the foundation is sturdier than it looks. But before you get too comfortable, hold that thought, because what's next could alter the season's trajectory entirely. When the news dropped like a hammer on Monday, the air in Santa Clara went heavy. Nick Bosa out for the season with a torn ACL. The impact is devastating. We're not talking about just any player, but a defensive pillar who sets the tempo in the pass rush and pulls the unit's energy up a level. Before the injury, Bosa had logged 10 pressures with a 20% pass rush win rate. Elite numbers that rewrite opponents' game plans. Kyle Shanahan didn't sugarcoat it. You don't replace a guy like Nick. It'll be by committee, and everyone has to get better. He's right. No single player covers the crater. Bosa leaves. Mikael Williams flashed real potential. Bryce Huff has been efficient, and Samo has taken encouraging steps. But the sum still doesn't equal a generational force. The strategy now is collective. Every snap must be cleaner, every adjustment quicker, and the rotation has to cycle without a steep drop-off. Fans feel the pain. It's like losing the defense's heartbeat. But history is full of teams that, after a massive loss, found a new identity. That's where the dilemma enters. Should the 49ers chase a veteran via trade? Shanahan didn't rule it out. We'll look like we always do, but it only makes sense if it's realistic for both sides. Translation: no mortgaging the future. But if a short, manageable deal pops up, the front office can pounce. The logic is obvious. Bosa and Williams are the future. It makes no sense to burn premium capital on someone who blocks their growth. In the meantime, we have to survive. Here's where the roster can prove this isn't just about one star, but a culture of resilience. Fred Warner is playing the best ball of his career. Deamador Lenoir has embraced CB1 duties, and the spine still looks strong. Fans can cling to one historical thread. In 2019, when injuries looked ready to derail everything, the team found unexpected answers and reached the Super Bowl. The hope now is that the pain of losing Bosa becomes fuel for a collective surge, because the question hanging in the air is simple. Can the 49ers turn a tragedy into an opportunity to prove, again, that they're bigger than any individual? After an intense day, one truth stands tall. The 49ers are alive because they reject excuses. The workout with Shiloh shows a sharp eye for hidden value. The Jones-Pearsall chemistry offers a plan B that's becoming a real threat. The mentality forged by Sale underpins tight wins, and Bosa's absence, painful as it is, could pull the locker room even closer. The question is, can this culture shoulder the weight of the biggest games? Drop your take below, faithful. I want to read it. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Our community sets this season's tone. We ride together toward January, fearless.